back. For those of you that have been in this panel room multiple times today, and I see your faces, I really appreciate you guys. We're here interviewing Akira Ohashi, most known for playing Ghidorah in Godzilla Monster King Ghidorah, Giant Monster Attack, played Irys in Gamera 3, does some directing, just a lot of fun stuff. I'll kick off the questions, and then, like I said, we can do some band questions later on. I want to know, where did you start? Did you start with Gridman, or was it something else that you first performed tokusatsu?
ウルトラマンの怪獣なんですけど、ピグモン。
Pigmon was the first one.
Do you remember what show that Pigmon was in?
僕が16か17だったんで、今54なので、に演じました。
He is 54 years old now. When he did Pigmon, he was only 16. So, right.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And I did see that you did some work on Gridman. Was that just the one episode, or was there more? Gridman?
あ、グリッドマン。お、
Was that just the one episode, or was there more? What was the work on it?
1回だけ。
Only one episode.
Okay. And were you playing an enemy villain, or was it Gridman himself?
グリッドマン。
Gridman.
Sweet, you played Gridman in one episode. Cool. What made you want to become a suit actor initially?
もともとはブルース・リーに憧れてアクション俳優を目指してたんですけど、
He really liked and respected Bruce Lee, so he wanted to be an action actor.
背の低い怪獣とかが多いのでやってくれないかっていう話からだんだんスーツアクターに。
He started getting the request for the small or short size characters, kaijus, and then she started getting offers.
Do you have a favorite Bruce Lee movie, real quick?
日本のタイトルだとドラゴンへの道なんですけど、
So, yeah, we're not sure about the English title, The Way to Dragon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the
Okay.
Dragon.
Oh,
Return of the Dragon.
Something like that. That's a good one. I like it. Okay, that's awesome. I know that you also have done some motion capture work. Did you do some stuff for Metal Gear? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
結構いっぱいやってて、
he's done many.
こっちでやってるかどうかは知らないですけど、メタルギアソリッド、
Metal Gear Solid,
バイオハザード、
Biohazard.
I believe that's Resident Evil for those of you that are in the US.
仮面ライダーも
Kamen Rider,
ドラマ
Ultraman.
It's like just like the video games for writers and stuff like that. That is it. Was he saying like the writer video games and stuff like that, or this shows?
そうですね。
Yes, that's right.
Okay. That's okay. So did you work directly with? Help me out, audience here. I'm blanking a little bit. The Metal Gear man,
Hideo Kojima.
Kojima. Did you work with Kojima at all, or was that a different department? Hideo Kojima.
はい、一緒にやりました。
Yes, he did.
Awesome. What was that? How was his directing? What did you take away from that?
いや、すごく優秀でした。
He was excellent, excellent director.
Excellent. And that was, you were on Snake Eater and a couple other ones, is that right? Is that what it was called? It's Metal Gear Solid 3.
スネークを演じたのは実はゴジラを演じた吉田美穂。
Yoshida Mizuho-san played the snake.
Okay. And who did you play in Metal Gear?
僕ちょっと名前が今出てこないんですけど、おじいさんの役でした。
He couldn't remember the name, but it was the old man's role.
Is that Big Boss audience? Anyone know? Is that old guy in Metal Gear? I think so. Okay.
Oh, the end? The end, if it was
The end.
3?
The end?
The end.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty rusty on my Metal Gear. I needed
Yeah,
some help.
that's
there.
a geriatric sniper.
Cool. I'm a fan. That's cool. So we got some motion capture, we got some grid map, but I think a lot of people here are interested in the Gamera stuff. So, how did you get the role for Gamera? Did they call you up like Kitagawa-san did, or was it a different kind of situation?
So, Gamera, Gamera ついた時にね、どうやってキャストされましたか、連絡が来たり。
もともとはガメラではなく敵怪獣のレギオンの2人で入るんですけど、後ろの足をやってくれる。
So originally he was offered to do Legion.
Legion?
Legend? Yeah, Legend. And there are supposed to be 2 suit actors in it. And he was asked to do the tails or the leg part. That was originally offered, but
で、そのガメラを演じてた方が急にスケジュールが合わなくてできなくなって、
so the actor was supposed to do the Gamera, got the schedule conflict.
で、僕が体型がぴったりだったので、急遽ガメラに。
And then they thought, oh, his body size is perfect for that Gamera. So he got the cast for that role.
I like it. And it's, they typically cast, respectfully, like shorter men for a Gamera, or is there like a type they look for when casting Gamera? I'm more familiar with like the Godzilla casting and stuff. I don't know if he knows any, like, do they look for shorter guys, or just like what's the fit that you were talking about with casting Gamera?
そのガメラの時は敵怪獣をとにかく大きく見せたいから。
For Gamera, the opponent kaiju has to look big.
だからガメラをちっちゃくして。
So make the Gamera smaller size.
Like a small turtle. I like that. And so you played Gamera in the second one, right? Second one? The Legion
そう
one?
そう2作目。
That's right.
Gamera 2?
G2。
How do you guys fit inside the Gamera suit? Because I know with Godzilla, your head is like right here. Where are you at with Gamera? Like where is your head at? Where do you see out of?
Like Kitagawa-san demonstrated the last
Kitagawa-san demonstrated
Q&A.
that.
Ah, okay. Okay,
Here we
okay.
go. Who's coming down to you?
Walking は相撲。相撲。
Small footsteps. Round.
相撲。
I love it. Beautiful. I wasn't expecting him to go down. There's a lot of fun stuff happening this weekend. Maybe some monsters will poke out through that door. Well, now we know how Gamera operates. What about King Ghidorah? I know that Kitagawa-san, to make the comparison, also played King Ghidorah in Rebirth of Mothra. But in Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monster All Attack, 2001. He played Ghidorah, and the Ghidorah was a little smaller than Godzilla by Yoshida-san. Was that also kind of like this, or were your arms kind of in the heads like this a little bit?
2001年どんな感じで
あれはやっぱりゴジラを大きく見せるために
So you have to make it look Godzilla big.
ギドラをちっちゃくす
So put the Ghidorah smaller size
る
to emphasize the size of Godzilla.
で、
And
手にこれ首なんですね。だから手で2つの首を演じて真ん中に首があるので、
so his hand, like, hi, okay, thank you. That was- so the neck part is here. Hi,
You use your two hands for the mouth.
Jeff.
そうです。
He used both hands.
And does the middle head move because you have your two arms up like this?
真ん中はここの上についているので、
So on the top of the head, there's the head. So どうやって動かしたんですか？こうやって
ラジコン
Oh, the remote.
レモン
Oh, there's a remote on it.
で動かしたわけです。あ、そうですか。誰かが操作してる。
そうです。
So somebody is, yeah, controlling
Like
the
an
remote
android.
control.
Okay. I have seen on your filmography that you transitioned into directing. What led to that choice in moving into directing? Was it more of the wanting to be in on the action stuff like Bruce Lee, or was it just kind of a gradual career change?
そう、そうだったら監督になりますけど、それはどういうきっかけとかで、最初はね、ブルース・リーでアクションサイドだったんですけど、はい。
もともとそのスーツアクターで怪人とかいろいろ演じて、で、アクション監督にまずアクションディレクターになったんですね。
So after he had many experience to play the role of kaijus as a suit actor, then he became action director.
で、その後、
それはオファー来たのかな？
そうです。
Because he got request, he was offered to direct the action film.
その後、この人に監督をやらせてみたら面白いんじゃないかって言われて、突然監督になって。
So アクション監督か
からら急に監督に。
So somebody was watching his work as an action director, and then I wanna let him direct a film, and then he started getting the offer to be a director.
Yeah, because I know you've done like I believe one of your most recent ones was Vamp from 2019.
2010
あ、
Can you tell us a little bit about? Can you tell the audience a little bit about what Vamp is?
吸血鬼の
Oh,
話
so
で
it's about the vampire.
その難しいんだけど
It's hard to explain.
レーズ女性同士が愛し合う、
It's about lesbian
う
romance.
ん、が含まれているちょっと変わった映画なんですよ。
So it's unique
It's an
storyline.
It's an action directing vampire film. It seems like a definitely akin to like Takashi Miike kind of stuff. I know you did some stunts for Zebra Man, so I'm just making that Takashi Miike connection.
Yes, he did.
いや、そうです。
Were you doing stunts for the Zebra Man guy, or was it some of the other stuff that happens in that crazy movie?
Sadako.
He played a Sadako.
Okay. Do you guys know who Sadako is? You guys watched Rigu? Okay, Sadako is kind of like that, but in Zebra Man, I don't know if you guys have seen Zebra Man, he fights Sadako in that, and he did the stunts. Zebra Man's about a teacher that watches a classic 70s tokusatsu show called Zebra Man, and he dreams that he will be Zebra Man. And this gentleman did the stunts. I definitely recommend it. Did Takashi Miike direct you doing those stunts? Or was it the stunt director? Takashi Miike?
Miike Takashi.
Miike, yeah, Takashi Miike directed.
And how did his style differ from someone like Hideo Kojima in terms of like how they direct?
Miike監督はもう自由にやれと。
Miike Kanto give them like a freedom. Yeah, you can do it.
You can
It's,
do it.
you know, the way you want to. Go ahead.
That makes sense,
It's
yeah.
in freedom.
There's some freedom with Takashi Miike's films. And I don't know if you guys have seen those Miike films, but they get pretty bananas. They're pretty crazy. Audition, Ichi the Killer, Zebra Man. There's a lot of fun stuff, but there's definitely a stacked resume in terms of your action directing. Like even like doing the motion capture for Resident Evil Outbreak, Biohazard Outbreak in Japan. Was it just getting called to do mocap, do suit acting, direct this? Is it just whatever people are asking you to do, or is there a certain department of work that you would like to do, or do you enjoy directing? That's a loaded question.
向こうがオファーしてきてくれて情熱を感じたら主役もやるし今度日本で完成まだ公開してないんですけどそれは俳優アクターで主役もやって怪獣も演じたので
So, whenever he get offer, he feels a passion from the production team or producer, he will accept. And recently, he's done a film project. Very recently, he did it, and then
忍者
oh, and he played the role of a ninja.
まあ主役
Also, he's the leading character, and he shows his face as a ninja. So this summer, it's coming soon
Is
in
it-
Japan.
日本
In Japan.
Is it just called Ninja? Is that the title?
ジャロン対
Jaron versus
ちょっと言いますね
you have to think about it. Jaron versus something.
ゴーラゴーラ
Gora.
ゴーラ
Jaron versus
Ghidorah. Definitely check that out because this guy's in it and you guys like his work. So, with directing, is there like any specific goals you have as a director? Like anything you want to do? Because I know you want to do action directing, but is there like, I want to make a kung fu movie or something like that? Something specific.
やっぱり特撮が好きなので
He loves tokusatsu.
やっぱ怪獣映画ですね
He wants to direct a kaiju movie.
What's your favorite kaiju?
ガメラを演じててあれなんですけど、やっぱりゴジラが好きです。
He likes Godzilla. Although he played Gamera, he loves Godzilla.
Are you more into the like the classic tokusatsu? I mean, like from like this 50s, 60s, 70s, or do you like sort of the modern stuff too?
そうじゃあ、怪獣映画だったら50、60、70年代のクラシックなスタイルの表現を監督したいんですか、それとも最近のモダンなやり方？
割と日本のやり方でスーツを着てミニチュアで古典のやり方。
はい、he prefers classic using a miniature set, wearing the suit. He wears the suit.
Alrighty. I think I'm going to open the floor early for some fan questions because I think you guys have some interesting things to ask him. Given the heavy stacked resume of this gentleman right here, you know, Resident Evil, loving Bruce Lee, being Gamera, being King Ghidorah, just a lot of stuff. So if you do have a question, we're just lining up with the green tape right there, and Jonathan has a mic. And it's, if you got more questions, I've got now. That's okay. Just line up.
Hello. So you mentioned that the Ghidorah heads are remote control. I've always wondered where exactly your arms go in the Ghidorah costume. Like, are they just tucked into your side? Where do you put your arms exactly? That's something that's always confused me.
Yeah, I think he answered that just a minute ago.
So there are your arms.
Yeah.
Your arms are in the
Yeah, the
heads?
two of them go up in the two heads, so like Kevin's right here, and then the other guy is right here.
Okay. All right.
You're good.
Yeah, the remote control comment threw me off.
The remote control was for the middle head,
Oh.
so when you're waving your arms like this.
Okay.
The middle head needs to move.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. You got something?
Yeah, actually, please explain.
Go ahead.
So when you went to do GMK, did Kaneko-san specifically sought you out for Ghidorah, or did you have to audition?
Oh, for the GM.
For the, yeah, did Kaneko call him? Or was it like an audition like movie stars do or something?
金子監督からぜひやってくれと言われたのでやった。
Yeah, Kaneko director really wanted to play the role, so Kaneko director offered him directly.
I got one more.
That's cool.
Shaw Brothers, did you watch any, as a martial arts fan, did you watch any Shaw Brothers, as well as Bruce Lee?
Shaw Brothers?
Yeah.
Shaw Brothers or like Golden Harvest, they're like Chinese kung fu movies. He's asking if he's seen any of those.
もう大好きです。
He loves it.
僕のちょっとパフォーマンスを見ると。
Please watch my performance.
Years old, folks.
The new 24.
I don't,
Thank you.
I'm 25, I don't think I can do that. Alright, what's up?
Between the Ghidorah and Gamera costumes, which one was heavier and which one was more fun?
Yeah, it is fun to play Gamera. And then the heavier one is King Ghidorah.
That's surprising me a little bit, but I guess it's because camera is really small. It's designed to be small. Go ahead.
What was it like to play Irys, especially with all the tendrils?
Irys. Irys.
エリー
Irys is whether male or female, and he's asked a lot about the question.
演じるときに考えたのはもう男でも女でもなく中性的な性です。
He, trying to think about it's not male or female, it's, unisex. And when he played the role, Irys, he was thinking about that. It's neutral.
割と女性のイメージもかなり強く演じて入れている。
So he puts some, feminine movement too.
How did they operate the tendrils on the back? Was that all wire work? Was that more the direction of what you're going?
Yeah.
Right.
Like on the back. What did they do? Like tentacles? I don't know.
触手が背中にいっぱいついて
Yeah.
て
Yes. Yes.
あれがすごく
It's very heavy.
Did they move them with like wires?
ワイヤーで
Wire operated.
Thank you.
Don't be shy. There's one mind zone.
Are suit actors and regular actors paid the same amount?
やっぱ違いますね。
Yeah, it's a different rate.
Which is higher?
期間ですよね。撮影する期間でギャラが変わるので。
It depends on how long it is for the commitment. Yeah, how long it takes to finish shooting.
だから本当期間です。
It really, yeah, depends on how long it takes.
Go ahead, Sam.
On average, how long was he usually trapped inside the monster suits during a day of shooting?
It depends on the performance or scene. So some scene takes longer.
動きがあんまなければもう本当30分とか入ってられますけど。
If there's no much movement, he could be in the suit for 30 minutes.
バトルアクション。
But when there's a battle scene,
もう本当5分とかしか。
yeah, 5 minutes will be the limit.
Hi, so you say you're interested in directing a tokusatsu or kaiju eiga film. Are there any specific ideas or concepts that you're thinking of or want to explore?
Well, オリジナル怪獣であること。
Should be original kaiju.
日本のいろんなところが美しい場所があるので観光地ですね。
There's so many beautiful places in Japan, so he wanna shoot in those beautiful locations.
をもう破壊します。
Oh, and then he want the kaiju to destroy those beautiful places.
Of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ohashi-san said he was inspired by Bruce Lee and other kung fu movies from Hong Kong. Has he ever had an opportunity to work with stunt people from Hong Kong? And if so, how are the work styles different between Hong Kong and Japan?
Yes, he did.
My impression is the people from Hong Kong are crazy. I've read many stories where they'll go full contact and things like that.
日本人は何でも器用にうまくできてしまうんですけど、香港の人はすごいパワフルでエネルギーで怪我をしても関係なくガッツで。
So yeah, the Japanese actors know how to adjust and versatile, but Hong Kong people are very powerful, energetic. Doesn't matter if somebody get hurt or anything.
That's what I've heard.
Very powerful.
Okay, thank you.
I got a question real quick. Is there a discernible difference, in your opinion, on how Japanese directors direct action with the framing, the staging of the fight choreography, if there is a fight, versus how an American director would block the scene, direct the action, everything I just said? Just action directing in general.
Japanese peopleは時間がとにかくないので、
Japanese people have no time.
カメラのもう位置で全部ワンカットずつ位置を変える。
So yeah, changes the placement of the camera. Very detailed. They plan it very detailed. Moving around.
で、マルチで撮らない。
So it doesn't use like a multiple cameras.
1台か2台しかないので。
Yeah, one camera, two cameras. So they have to plan it really thoroughly, carefully.
That's really interesting. It's all like a one camera setup, maybe two at most. I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting. Good reflection. Does anyone else have any questions coming up? If not, I could ask a couple. There we go. I see something.
As a director or actor, was there a certain sequence that you're most proud of or had the most fun with?
So, as a director and as an actor, is there a sequence that he has been in or has directed that he is the most proud of, or is his favorite?
こっちでは多分公開してないと思うんですけ
It
ど、
was not released in the US.
2本劇女の人が戦うアクション映画を実は撮っていて、はい、で日本では映画館でもちゃんと公開したやつがあって、それをぜひチャンスがあったら見てください。
If you have a chance, you want you to see 2 films, and there are battle scenes between the female actors.
もうアクション
It's an action film, so it's not suit actor, but 2 female actors has a battle scene, and that he's proud of that movie.
What's the title of the film, even if it's a Japanese title?
ガロ外伝桃源の笛。はい。
ガロ外伝桃源の笛。笛 means flute. Flute in
桃の、はい。
Oh, it's part of the Garo stuff?
ガロ。
Garo. Okay, I know Garo. Cool. Yeah, you guys should check out Garo. It's pretty great. It's pretty crazy. What's up, man?
So I don't know if you can actually talk about this all that much, but I figured it's worth asking. I know that you are in something that's in pre-production currently, Hoshi 35. Is there anything that you can talk about that film? I know that they were doing some crowdfunding on it to get it made. Is there anything without the police coming after you?
Hoshi 35.
Ah.
Is there anything you can talk about with that film, even though it's still in development?
そうです。まだ僕の出番は来てないですけど、
It's in process, and he hasn't, appeared yet.
スーツを着て怪獣を演じます。
So he's going to be in Kaiju suit.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you. 怪獣を演じるときに距離とか見えないので、距離とかをつかむのに自分の感覚を大切にしているって伝えてください。
So when he played the kaiju, he cannot really see well, so he's really careful about how to feel the distance between other kaiju. That's really important thing.
ちょっと実演したいんで、誰か勇気のある人。
He wants to demonstrate. Is there any volunteer?
I'll do it. I'll do it again. I'll do it. I'm right here.
So please do not move. Just
Don't move.
stay still. Warning. Okay, stand over there and don't move, please.
これで距離感を今瞬間的に考えて、
So he feels a distance.
動きますよ。
He just
あーふっ
Said don't move.
that's how he calculates the distance.
So you gotta watch your distance.
瞬間的にもう位置関係の距離を把握できないと、やっぱスーツができない。
Because of his experience, he can, figure it out right away, within a second about the distance.
See, it's Bruce Lee. You watch a lot of Bruce Lee.
Have you sustained any major injuries during the Gamera GMK films in the suit?
ないです、ないです。
Never.
Good.
Because he knows his distance.
はい、そうです。
Got one behind you, John.
He mentioned that he had an appreciation for real costumes, real sets. Does he notice that the Japanese audience also has a similar appreciation?
Compared to
Digital.
a Japanese audience?
Yeah.
So, he's asking if audiences in Japan share the same, I'll call it sentiment or enthusiasm for miniatures and suits versus like modern CGI effects and stuff like that.
Uh, 今の若い人たちはもう CG に慣れているので、CG が普通になっているので、逆に怪獣が人間入っているのって若い人は思ってるかもしれないです。逆になっちゃう。
So the younger generation grew up with CG. So they think maybe somebody is in there in the suit. They figure out. So
今の若い人たちはそう思ってます。怪獣映画は CG でしょう。
Sorry, the younger generation never imagined that there used to be the people inside the suit because they grew up with the computer graphic.
Would you continue doing motion capture? Now the technology is a lot better than when Metal Gear came out in 2003. It's 20 years later. Have you seen an improvement in motion capture and doing that kind of work?
すごい進化をしてて、昔は制約が結構多かったんですけど、今は本当に自由自在に動いて全部データを取り込んですぐその場で見れるんで、すごい進化だと思います。
There's a big improvement, and nowadays they can move and get the download the data and they can watch it immediately. That's really big improvement.
Yeah, I was wondering, in the last 30 years, MMA or kakutobi has become more popular. Has that had any influence on the way fights are staged in kaiju movies?
怪獣に格闘技、空手とかのアクションはあんまり入ってこないですね。怪獣自体には。
Yeah, kaiju doesn't get influenced by martial arts movement.
Okay. For example, like Muay Thai. Say like, yeah, because when I watch like old kaiju, going back to Ultraman, Godzilla or something, it almost looks like there's a pro wrestling influence in some of the moves, some of the fighting, or when they go down on the ground. I'm wondering if there are any like new moves they're trying to have the monsters do. Or not really.
そうですね。怪獣はやっぱり獣なので。
Kaiju is an animal, natural.
だから別にパンチとかよりは火事。
So instead of punching, it's bite or scratch or grabbing.
あんまりファイト。
Not much.
人間っぽいファイト。
Not much human style fighting is involved.
I'm just on the motion capture training scenes. So when you do the motion capture in 2003, did they put on like those mocap suits with the balls everywhere on it, or how did they record your capture for the video games you did?
でも2003年の頃ともう今とは全然違うので、最初はコードがいっぱい出てたんですよ。
There are a lot of cords.
今はもうコードなんかない。
Right now, there's no cord or cables.
It's just all wireless.
No wireless.
Nice. What's up, Jeff?
I just had another thought. Do you ever like to go back and re-watch your performances to see how it looked from the outside, or do you not really watch them again? Do you just one and done?
That's a great question.
見ます。
Yes, he watches.
新しい作品が入る前に必ず見て、過去の熱かった情熱をもう一度蘇らせる。
So when he got the new offer, he tried to watch his, old films and try to go back to the passion back then, so that he can get more motivated for the new project.
What was it like to film the mana scene? The mana blast scene when Gamera went last Legion at the end of the movie. Were you in the suit yet? And how did all the effects with the snow opening up and everything? What was it like? That shot.
So at the climactic battle in Gamera 2, at the end his chest kind of splits open like this and fires it out. He's asking like what it was like being in the suit when that was being done. Like was there a different suit? Or was it the same, just being modified?
はい、
He was in the suit back then, at that time.
カットによって変わりますけど、
Depends on which scene or cut.
スーツの中にライトを入れて、
There's a light inside the suit, and he was
ちゃ
in
んと
the
入
suit.
ってます。
I like it.
So I heard you had a live action cameo in Gamera 3. What part was that, and have you had any other live action small roles or cameos in other films? And you were in GMK too, I think, right?
So,
方でゴジラが現れた戦いを見ている人。
Yeah, just a person who is watching at the harbor the Godzilla fights.
で俳優
So he revealed his face that time.
ガメラ3も俳優として出てる。
So in Gamera, Gamera 3, we played just a regular actor.
怪獣映画は毎回監督がスーツアクターにご褒美としてどっか一箇所出させてくれるのがなんか日本の伝統みたいになってます。人間の役で
There's a tradition in Tokusatsu world if you play one suit, play the suit actor, the kantoku gives them the reward to let him play the regular role showing his face.
もう本当に日本の伝統です。
So that's the tradition.
Do you know who started that tradition? Or is it just something that happened?
いやちょっとわからないですけど昔からありますね。
He's not sure.
Was Koyura?
Yeah, Korea-san was the original one, but
Yeah.
Amagi, right.
Yeah, I think he cameoed in there too.
We got one more question, yeah.
You're good.
The guy who played Godzilla in GMK, who also played Legion, do you see him regularly? Are you guys friends since you worked together several times, or just not since the last film?
You collaborated with Yoshida-san in 2001 Godzilla. Are you guys friends or just co-workers? You just work on a few projects together?
吉田さんとは実は同じアクションチームに所属してい
He
て
used to be in the same action team with Yoshida-san.
僕が16歳の時から現在までずっと友達。
So they've been friends since he was 16. Now he's 54. Long time friend.
That's so wholesome. We got about 8 minutes until we wrap up, so we can get quite a few more questions in if anyone's can ask something. Or I can just go forward with some more questions. If you happen to get one, just get up like that guy did.
In GMK I did. Had they kept the original three, Guardian monsters between Baron and Irys, or even on like a Baron, would you have, which one would you have typically?
In the original version of the 2001 Godzilla, instead of King Ghidorah and Mothra, they were going to do Irys and Varan. In the original version of the film, before that was replaced by Mothra and Ghidorah, he's asking, would you have rather played Irys, Varan, or even Baragon? Does that make sense? Yeah, Anguillus. Yeah, and Varan, Varan, Baran. Thank you. He's asking, instead of King Ghidorah like he did in the finished one, of those two, which would he have preferred to play in the original version? It's a great pick. We're speaking of that original version. Were you called when it was 100% certain that you would be playing King Ghidorah? Like, did they call you and say, "Would you like to play King Ghidorah?" Or was it, "Would you like to be in this movie?" Yeah.
film or production.
突然怪獣映画をやるんでやってくださいって言った後に何々のキャラクターですっていうのが、
So first, he gets offered, we're gonna have this upcoming, kaiju movie. Would you like to do it? And then he said, oh yes, I'm interested. Then how about this role? They will ask.
All right, we have about 5 minutes. Does anyone have any last few questions? We got a couple more. We can do like 3 or 4 more questions. Anyone come up?
So my question is, do you prefer bringing monsters to life through suit acting, or do you prefer the creative control that you get with directorial work?
Are you more interested in being a director nowadays, or do you enjoy being a suit actor more? Which do you prefer?
今は怪獣を演じたいスーツアクター。
Yeah, he prefers suit actor now.
He's an action guy. He likes doing kicks and punches and stuff. I'll ask one more real quick, unless you have one. You're good.
So are suit actors, are they always asked to play role, or are there ever auditions for any?
Is it-
場合はもうみんな僕のことを知っているので僕に突然連絡が来ます。
So in his case, everybody knows him. So that's suddenly he gets a phone call. So without audition.
Would one typically audition if they weren't well known, if they weren't in the same situation as he is?
怪獣に関してはオーディションをやったことがないです。
He's never had an audition for kaiju roles.
Does anyone have any other ones? We got time for like 1 or 2 more.
What's it like working with Shinji Higuchi, the special effects director?
すごく面白い、ユニーク。
He's very unique and funny, interesting person.
Yeah, very popular.
He's very popular.
I got a closer. So you've worked with Hideo Kojima, Shinichi Wakasa, Takashi Miike, all these calibers of different directors. What's your biggest takeaway as a director yourself from collaborating with all these different names in directing? What lessons have they taught you about your own directing?
日本では有名なんですけど、僕の師匠にあたる人が雨宮啓太。
His sensei, Amemiya Keita. Keita Amemiya.
監督です。
Hi, he's a director.
で日本では本当に有名な仮面ライダーの人で。
He's very famous in Japan. He directed the Kamen Rider.
本当にその人が僕が17ぐらいからずっと僕を可愛がってくれて、
And he treated him very well since he was 16.
でその人がスタントマンからアクション監督をお前やりなさいってなって、
So he is the one who suggested him to be an action director.
でアクション監督やってて次はお前監督だってやってくれたのが雨宮啓太です。
So, okay, Miyasan, okay, now you've done action director. Now it's time for you to be the director.
Great closer. All right, guys, we gotta call it a day. It's the